in California, we actually don't have safe disposal options for the pyrotechnic marine flares.
Well, as all boaters know, they have to carry nighttime and daytime visual distress signals.
The Coast Guard requires 3 distress signals on every boat that goes into the coastal waters within 3 miles of the coast.
The big problem with pyrotechnic flares is they expire every 3 years. You have to replace them. And the other problem is in California, there's no universal place to take expired flares because they're considered 1.4 explosive hazardous waste. So your hazardous waste events normally will not take them. According to a report from 2014, over 170,000 flares expire every year just in California. Where do they go? One handheld flare disposed of improperly can pollute up to 240,000 gallons of groundwater.
So the chemistries of those single-use devices are heavy metals, we have perchlorate, we have just general explosives and ammunition products. So the safety dangers, the fire risks, and ultimately the dangers to the water. These heavy metals can't be removed. But with no disposal options, they either accumulate or they have to find alternative disposal methods. So today with Cal Recycle, we're here to offer free marine flare disposal.
So this is the only way to get rid of them environmentally friendly.
The first thing that happens at this event is they get a free reusable LED marine flare.
In 2015, we came out with the first electronic visual distress signal that's Coast Guard compliant that replaces pyrotechnic flares. The electronic flares have a number of advantages. Obviously, they're safe. You can hand them to anybody on the boat who doesn't have to be trained. You can stick it in a rod holder so it flashes. It flashes for up to 60 hours as opposed to 60 seconds, which is what a handheld flare will burn. The kit contains a daytime flag, the nighttime visual distress signal, and a whistle, so you're fully compliant with all the Coast Guard regulations and don't have to buy pyrotechnic flares. It never expires, is guaranteed for life, and you can replace the batteries yourself every year. Is a much safer option for a boater. California Product Stewardship Council has gotten a grant from Cal Recycle. They purchased some of our electronic flares, and so as they get rid of their expired flares, we're giving them an electronic alternative that's environmentally friendly.
So first they pull up, they get the free reusables. They don't actually have to bring in old ones to get the free reusable, because the really important part of this project is to get the reusables into the hands of the users. And then they pull down to the end of the parking lot where Clean Harbors safely removes the pyrotechnic devices for safe disposal.
So it's a good time to get the residents out here, get these flares off the road. We're expecting about 900 flares coming out of this section here. Well, obviously it's classified an explosive, so anything explosive is gonna take extra precaution. Right now we got fire extinguishers set up if we do have one of them go off. If it's small, we'll handle it. If it gets a little out of control, we get an actual real fire in here and get everybody back, and we'll get the fire department in to come and handle the fire.
So with 2 boats, we just had a ton of extra old flares. I just turned in 4 or 5 years for old set that went down on the boat.
It's great. It's easy. I'd rather keep extra batteries on board than a bunch of flares that expire every year or whatever.
I used to try to take them to the fire department, and sometimes they would have a disposal thing, but otherwise there's no place you can get rid of them except keep them.
There's really nowhere else for these guys to take the flares. So, the fact that the city's setting these events up is really good, because there is a lot of them, especially on these boats. There's a lot of flares out there.
Without safe disposal options, what we're learning from these communities is they're really challenged. They don't know what to do. So part of the campaign is to educate on safe management and safe handling. So in the absence of a safe disposal, residents and boaters can contact fire departments, police departments, or the Coast Guard to see what alternatives are being offered. Through these coordinations and through the cities, counties, and states, we're all able to work together, save money, and get these hazardous products out of our communities.